Rod Stewart and Baby Jane on BBC Radio Sheffield. You're listening to Paulette Edwards. Now then, I am sure you will know this comedy duo. I say duo, but we'll expand on that in just a moment. They call themselves the Governors of Live Comedy, and they've got every right to do that as well. It's the fantastic James Brandon and Robin Colville from the Grumbleweeds and the amazing Lisa Kelsey. All join me in the studio. We've got a room full, bursting at the seams. Thank you very much for joining me. So I understand you were performing late last night.
We went out and about last night. We were partying last night.
Were you? I thought you were performing.
It was his birthday, so we were all...
Did you get bumps?
It was about 400 of us in an Indian restaurant causing chaos. We had a great night.
Nice. So what time did that all end then?
11:30, something like that.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
12 o'clock.
That's late for us.
Yeah, that's late for everybody. It was Tuesday night, Robin.
That's not late for me.
Lisa, what is your job then, apart from to keep these two in check? What do you do with the Grumbleweeds?
Apart from being a carer,
She cuts deep, doesn't she?
I am the singer on the show, so I do a couple of songs in the first half, and the second half I'm also involved in some of the sketches, so I'm learning a bit of comedy along the way from the boys. So.
You're doing all right. Do they saw you in half, anything like that?
Nothing like that, no.
Not
Would
like
you
the lovely
trust
Debbie
these to
McGee.
saw you in half?
No. Actually, that's the quick answer to
Absolutely
that.
not.
I like it because she calls us boys.
Does she? That's all right. Isn't it? Not bad at all.
Yeah, I make cups of tea as well. Sometimes, if they behave in themselves.
If they behave themselves.
Which is rare.
Right. I wonder what you put in it. We won't talk about what goes in there as well. And James, you're relatively new to the Grumbleweeds. I mean, Lisa's probably newer than you.
We're just entering our fourth year, aren't we, of doing this, and we've had a proper laugh. We sort of started off doing a panto. That was my first sort of baptism of fire in it, and then we went from there, and we've done more and more live stuff, and then we started the tour, which is still going after about 14 months. Are we in now into the tour?
14 months,
and it's still going for at least another year booked ahead. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
What made you keep him then, Robin?
When you're working with somebody on stage, you've got to be in their brain and they've got to be in your brain to work a double act. And people think it's just like two people talking. It isn't like that.
So what is it about James then that you thought,
right?
Did you think,
coming straight to it?
Did you think,
Yeah, well, it was somebody else got ill. It was the guy with the green duck,
Keith Harris.
And our office said, "Can you do panto?" I said, "I don't want to do it on my own." And he said, "Look, you're not going to replace Graham. You're never going to replace it." He said, "You're looking for the wrong person." I said, "I don't understand." He said, "Replace yourself, because you can do the comedy. You wrote it. You are the brains behind it." I said, "Well, all right." And he said, "That guy that you did those plays with, 39 Steps, you worked so well with him." And I said to James, and we've been mates for ages, and I said, "Do you want to do panto?" And he said, "Yeah, let's give it a go." And we just get on so well, and that's where it started. And I said, "Let's just put the Grumbleweeds back together, and I'll be the clown." And we've swapped roles.
Swap roles.
Yeah.
So you must have, like me, I mean, I know you're younger than me, grown up with the Grumbleweeds.
Yes.
What an honour that must have been to be invited.
And a scary one.
Yeah.
A scary one. It's big shoes to fill when you and we had all that to deal with. We had to sort of go out there and recreate something that wasn't a copy. It wasn't a tribute act. It wasn't, and all that. So we had to. And when you've got that sort of heritage, when you've got 50 years heritage on an act, so we did all that. But I think that what works is once you've got a chemistry and you can make that work, then what we do is an act, and that makes it easier because you're acting within that. So and that sort of creative process started again, and we just wrote sketch after sketch after sketch.
Once the juices are flowing, you're all right, aren't you?
Fabulous.
Dave the Tykes got in touch, and he is, let's say, difficult to please sometimes. He has said that he first saw the Grumbleweeds in the 70s on the South Pier at Blackpool. He says he used to love their radio show, and he's seen them at the Academy Theatre Birdwell soon. He says they are side-splittingly funny. That feels nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Can't wait, he says. He's really looking forward to that.
Side-splitting now.
Yeah. You're going to be splitting people.
You do have some crazy fans there.
Yeah, we
absolutely.
The amazing Lisa Kelsey. What do you mean by he has crazy fans? What are you trying to say about Dave the Tyke?
The people that turn up to the shows, and obviously they do a little meet and greet at the end and give out pictures and side stuff, and the people just bring back all the memories, don't they? And we saw you in this year, and we saw you on this pier, and we saw you there, and they absolutely love them.
Yeah, they make things for us. And
how does that feel then, to have that amount of following?
They cut things in the break. We've made you this jigsaw, and I've stitched you this, and I've built you a saw. All right, and we've engraved this glass for you. No, people do it all the time. It's weird.
What, they've made a jigsaw of you?
Yeah.
Or
they get all sorts.
Yeah, all sorts.
All sorts of stuff, and engraved glasses, and I've brought you this, and we've brought you these chocolate things that I've built and I've made, and okay, well, it's great.
Oh,
and they keep coming to the shows, and
that's
they think,
very sweet.
but they're still laughing, and they say, well, you change it every night. I said, well, yeah, because we had lib all the time.
You just have
we
your
have
own
a framework to work around, but we just ad lib, and it's great.
Oh,
Because we're getting on so well together on stage. I think the show's funnier than it's ever been, and that's me saying that.
that says it all. It's a bit like when you make a chili and it's better the day after. It gets the older it gets, the nicer it gets, the more seasoned the juices go through.
The same. Do you know that?
Is that real?
Is lasagna the same?
Yeah,
I'll get that one out of the bin.
A lasagna.
I love it.
A
You
lasagna
two
never
are
lasts-
like lasagna.
Do they like lasagna? Do you have it with salad or chips?
Actually, yeah, salad.
Salad?
Yeah.
Chip salad.
James likes to watch his work. They both do.
Do they?
Yeah, it's annoying.
The amazing Lisa Kelsey, she's giving away all your secrets.
Well, I have to wear a share costume, so I can't go out with a belly.
Yeah.
can I?
We need to calm down now because we need to talk about our lovely Bobby Knutt. In fact, we don't need to calm down. Bobby Knutt, who we lost a couple of weeks ago, last week,
so
was
much
it?
fun with Bobby, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
I was
on
so
tour with us.
upset when I heard the news that I was going to talk about it on the show and I couldn't bear to talk about it, and I didn't know him anywhere as near as well as you did. So
He did his last show with us.
Yeah, what was it? What did he do with you then?
Yeah, well, we was he just used to open the show for us, and he did it because he absolutely loved doing it. He'd had a time where he'd gone into doing a lot of television, a lot of acting, and done less and less of his stand-up, which is what made him really. That was his thing, doing the comedians, and so he found his feet again. We'd done a show in Doncaster where he'd gone on, and he'd done brilliantly well.
Yeah, he did really well. It was a charity show, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he was a real cosy comic. Was Bobby? He was a real sort of warm comic. He didn't really tell gags, just a raconteur, just talked, and that was his charm, and we loved that. And we said, "Do you want to come on the tour?" And he came on the tour with us, and he was brilliant at it, just warming the audience, and he did more dates than we actually needed him for. He just came on and just loved being on the road with us.
Just kept offering.
Yeah.
If that next one's on me. He says, I want to do another one. Can I do that one in real? I said, yeah, you can do that one if you want. He said, because, well, the other comedian, he's still in France, so we were going to use Neil. He says, no, I'll do it for now. Let me just come. I love it. I love working with you lads.
And that warmth as well, because there was a directness, you know, Yorkshire
straight,
lad,
absolutely.
really direct, but really warm as well. And I remember often when we rang him to come on the show, he'd be at the meat counter at Morrison's. Just a minute, love, just a minute, Paulette. He'll go, can I have some of that pork belly there? Is, you know, and he'd just be going about his business. And he went into a really dark place when he lost Honour. It was a bad place for him, but things felt as if they were changing for him.
It had changed. He bought his Jag. He got loads of money. He said, I've got the best money I've ever had from working on Benidorm. He said, and I've got a new girlfriend, Big Sandra. He says, I'm happy. We're going.
Big Sandra?
I've never met. But he called
I
her
don't
Big
want to get
Sandra.
involved in this now.
I don't
Sandra.
know. I don't know where Big or why.
And also, he was looking forward to. Here's the sort of sad part of the story, because throughout the latter part of the days of the tour, he was talking about. He was really looking forward to a motorhome holiday that he booked in Scotland.
Yeah, he was
and he
going
talked
all over
a
the
lot
place.
about that. Anyway, long story short, it turned out to be a disaster.
Oh.
And he flew to the south of France. And the rest, as they say, is...
Oh, it's so sad. So you are doing something in his honour. It was a gig, actually, that was booked for Bobby, wasn't
Absolutely,
it?
yeah. They just... It sort of came out of the blue, and Neil, who'd written The Dirty Stop Out.
Neil Anderson, yeah.
And they said who we were going to get to replace it. And it was Stephanie at CB who said... the Grumbleweeds will do it. So they contacted us and said, would you do it? And we said we'd be delighted.
Aww.
So there's 2 or 3 dates that Bob was on, and we're doing those in his memory, really.
Wonderful. So do you want to tell us about, because one of them's at the Walkley Working Men's Club, isn't it, on Friday the 27th of
That's
October?
correct, yeah.
That special event in memory of Bobby Knutt. And what are the other ones then?
The other one's in Barnsley, I think, in
One's in
New
Sheffield,
Lodge.
one's in
We've got
Barnsley.
scant details about it. One's in
Right.
Sheffield, one's in Barnsley. And we're going to sort of... do the act
book
and
signing thing.
and sort of raise the profile of the book. But
because there was an interview in there about with Bobby. Because Neil had an interview with Bobby, didn't he?
and just do it in Bobby's memory, really. Just raise a smile and you know.
That'll be lovely. And of course, we've got the gigs at the Academy Theatre in Barnsley on Saturday, the 21st of
That's an
October.
evening show.
And
21st of October, that one, and then next
The Pomegranate
Wednesday?
Theatre.
Thursday.
12th.
Next Thursday at the Pomegranate in Chesterfield, the Lafternoon show.
The Lafternoon show. Oh, it sounds fantastic. It's been so nice to talk to you. Bit short for me, but a great time. James Brandon and Robin Colville from the Grumbleweeds. And of course, the amazing Lisa Kelsey.
I'll pay you for that after
One
the
of the
show.
most iconic songs ever to come out of South Yorkshire.